Hey girls, I want to talk to you wives for a minute, especially those of you that are struggling in your marriage. I want to ask you some questions that are going to provoke some thought, which is, why are you staying if you hate your husband so much? Why are you not having sex with this man you're living with? And I want you to listen to what I'm asking you to do, and that is ask yourself the question, why? What are the reasons? First thing you're going to tell me is the reason you're staying is because of the kids and family. That's what my clients tell me. But that's giving your kids a job in order to protect your family and your marriage. They don't need that job. Then you're going to tell me that the reason that you don't have sex with him is because he doesn't nurture you at all, and that y'all don't communicate, and that it feels like roommate stage and you're not going to give your body. I would agree. But then that goes back to the other question is, then why are you staying? Well, he won't help me with the kids. He doesn't do anything but watch football. He doesn't nurture our relationship at all. We never go on dates. Okay, why are you staying? He won't talk to me. Every time we talk, he walks away. He doesn't want to have anything to do with me until bedtime, and then he wants sex. I don't want to give sex like that. I want emotional connection, but I can't get him to emotionally connect to me. And I try with therapy, and I try to read books, and he doesn't do anything. That goes back to my other question. Then why are you staying? You girls need to really evaluate yourselves. You need to evaluate yourself in the relationship, and you need to evaluate yourself sexually as well. Because a lot of times women don't want to give their body sexually away to their partner, but what's happening to your sexual libido when you do that? I mean, you're a sexual being. You need touch. You need stimulation in the physical realm. Why are you starving yourself of that? Well, because then I'll give him his way. And then you're telling yourself that if I let him touch my body and give my own self sexual satisfaction with him, then he'll think he got away with it. Well, now we're in a power struggle that you're trying to win by withholding sex because it's a trade. He gives me emotional connection, I give him sex. And if he starves me of emotional connection, then I'm starving myself of sex. Do you see what's happening here? That's not going to work, ladies. You cannot force a man to have an emotional connection no more than he should be forcing you to have sex. But let's break it down a little better. First of all, if you're staying and you hate your spouse and you're giving your children that job, you need to reevaluate your own ability to leave. If it's time to leave, then you need to set yourself up an exit strategy if you're ready to leave and you're done with this. If he will not, and he's unwilling to talk to you, to get any help, to go to coaching, and you are trying all kinds of years to try to get that to occur and he's just resistant, then you got to question, am I living with somebody that even loves me anymore? Is he living with me because he just doesn't want to be the bad guy? I mean, these are hard questions women need to ask themselves because you keep trying to change another person and you're going through all kinds of hoops and you're manipulating a whole lot that you don't even think you're manipulating in order to get your emotional needs met. You're never going to get your emotional needs met with a person who does not respect or regard you any longer. They're going to feel like it's work. They're going to feel like you're nagging them. You're only going to get your emotional needs met when someone truly still cares for you. And if they really care for you and you explain to them, this is not livable for me anymore, and they don't care, you got to make some decisions that are hard and that more than likely he's trying to set you up to make because he doesn't want to be the bad guy. Listen, guys, I've been doing this stuff for years and years, and I have seen the same story over and over. You cannot sustain a relationship unless two people are willing to change. And that means they have to be open to help if they can't do it themselves. And so if you are in the situation where you still feel he cares for you, but you're not getting enough needs met from him, and you're just starving yourself from sex and anything that would give to you in order to get him to get the message you're not there, then you're kind of abusing him and yourself. Because if you don't want your husband to cheat, then you got to figure out, well, where's he going to get sexual satisfaction from? I mean, that's kind of a need. It's just like the emotional need. He has to get that from somewhere. I don't want him to do porn. I don't want him to do any kind of adultery. I don't want, well, where's he going to get that need met? Because you're withholding that from him in order for him to change something else. And so what I want you to really assess, and I need you girls to really sit down with yourself in the morning and start meditating on some of these ideas and ask yourself hard truths. What am I getting from the relationship? Do I even feel like myself anymore? Because you girls have some work to do as well. Because if you have just disregarded your own femininity, your own expression of yourself, your own passions, your own desires, your own sexy appeal, then you might not be having sex because of you. And you need to look at that. I want you to really start fixing you before you try to fix someone else. Get reconnected to your own sexual needs. Figure out if this relationship is repairable or not. Don't stay for the wrong reasons. Only stay for the right reasons. Try to see if your partner is willing to get some assistance. And then if they are, you need to look at yourself as well. Because a starved sexual relationship is not going to go anywhere. A starved emotional relationship is going to be damaging. And all we're doing in this so-called institution called marriage is abusing each other. And we stay together thinking we're doing God a favor, and we're not. These are truths we have to look at, because the marriage institution as a religious institution is being abused by the two people who decided to become married. And that needs to stop. I know I'm preaching and I know I'm being Mama Suzette here, but you girls need to really start thinking about some of these things. I hope this helps you. If you need some help from me, give me a call. Suzette the Marriage Warrior, marriagewarriorinstitute.com.